the rooms ransacked, and the entire hall...
You telling me that whole weekend nobody was there? That's gotta be cap. There's no fucking way.
On the 22nd of July, 2021, the Hawks received information about a container which was docked quietly at the Durban harbour. Inside the container, there was a shipment of animal food,
right?
which was destined for a depot in Isipingo, a town situated 19 kilometers south of Durban. The tip-off had come from a trusted informant, a man who'd spent years working as a dock worker. He claimed that a container carrying animal feed was stuffed with bricks of imported cocaine. Within hours, the senior generals within the South African Police Service formed...
Hey, see this money right here, man. If that's what I think
covert
it looks like him. Yup, quite nice. Yeah,
team, which included the Hawks, the Durban Harbour Police, and border security. When the convoy arrived in...
Oh, this is like the... It's from that day, with the day that made this nigga like come out with the files. Chief saying, I want my files.
To Isipingo, the air smelled of diesel and sea salt.
Yeah, man. Diesel.
Officers formed a perimeter around the shipping yard, while others forced open the container doors. Inside, rows of brown feed bags, stacked perfectly to the ceiling. But beneath the second layer, something caught an officer's eye. A canvas bag branded Jaguar. Another read TikTok. When they cut the first one open, a fine white dust spilled into the air. Cocaine.
Oh my god, bro. If I had hoarded this shit, I would be so fucking mad, bro. Damn.
Pure and uncut. 541 kilograms of it.
Holy shit. I'm guessing in these black bags too, right? Yo. This can't be the whole shipment. Is this the whole shipment? Yeah.
Street value, over 200 million rand. For a brief moment, value.
This is 200 million. Jesus, wait, poison.
Over 200 million rand. For a brief moment, celebration filled the air. The Hawks had landed one of the biggest drug busts in South African history. Under tight guard, the cocaine was loaded into armoured vehicles and driven south along the coastal road to the Hawks office in Port Shepstone, a small, sleepy town that suddenly became the custodian of a fortune in white powder. What no one knew then was that this victory would soon turn into the Hawks' darkest scandal.
Well, 541 kilograms of cocaine worth 200 million rand was stolen from the Hawks' serious organized crime offices in Port Shepstone between...
Yeah. Well, I mean, now we know that it's stolen. At the time, I was also like, stolen, you know, air quotes, stolen.
Friday and yesterday morning.
How the fuck you gonna steal some cocaine that much? How are you gonna steal that much cocaine from... like one of the highest departments of the police in South Africa? How? Nigga, the Hawks are damn near like the military, my nigga. Like, damn near. Shit.
The suspects are said to have forced entry into the building through the windows and tampered with the safe that was used to store exhibits. An inquiry is currently being conducted into the circumstances of the theft. Hawk spokesperson Brigadier Nomtando Mbambo joins us now for more. Brigadier, a huge stash of cocaine there. Is that the most secure storage facility that was available to the officers in charge?
Good morning, Anika, and thank you for having me. Yes, the storage where the consignment was placed is indeed the safest one. It is just unfortunate that we had to experience this break-in that when you're conducting our preliminary investigation, it actually shows that whoever or the people who are involved in this theft were most sophisticated criminals and using sophisticated tools.
Come on now, dog. Like, nah, bruh. Nah. Because how the fuck did they know exactly where that thing was? Come on now, dog.
I know it's still early days and you don't like to speculate, but...
There is a mole in the embassy. Let me just... There's a mole there, dog, in the station, chief.
Could it possibly have been an inside job?
Yes.
We will be looking in all angles, Anika. We won't leave anything aside because now the first thing that we would need to know...
Come on now.
Is how did the people know where the safes are, and between the two safes in the offices, which safe to actually where the drugs were actually placed. So those are the things that we will be looking at, because it seems like the people who did this knew exactly what they were looking for and they knew exactly where to find it.
It was supposed to be one of the Hawks' biggest victories, a drug bust worth more than 200 million rand, the kind of operation that made headlines across South Africa. But just a few months after the 541 kilogram...
Look at this nigga, bruh. I don't know if he's come up in the Matlanga Commission. I'm not too sure. Nah, I haven't been paying too much attention to it, obviously. But this nigga looks happy as shit. Like, he looks like he's cooking something in the back of his mind. Like, say, yeah, no, we eating today, dog. Like, hey.
...of cocaine were seized in Isipingo, Durban. That same victory turned into one of the country's biggest policing scandals. Sometime between Friday afternoon and Monday morning in November 2021, thieves broke into the Hawks' serious organized crime offices in Port Shepstone, where the cocaine was being stored as evidence. The police believe the suspects entered through a window, forced open doors, and went straight for the safes where the drugs were kept. It wasn't a random burglary. Whoever did it knew exactly where to go and what to take. When officers returned to work on Monday...
I won't lie though, dog. That shit is tough as fuck. Nigga, you just pulled off a GTA heist, my nigga. But in the first place, how the fuck? You telling me this place doesn't have good security on the weekend? There's no fucking way.
The safes were open, the rooms ransacked, and the entire hall...
You telling me that whole weekend nobody was there? That's gotta be capped. There's no fucking way.
All 541 kilograms was gone. The burglary sent shockwaves through the South African Police Service. Lieutenant General Godfrey Lebeya, the head of the Hawks, immediately ordered an internal investigation led by senior officers and the forensic unit. The case was classified as a business burglary, but many, including Parliament, suspected something far worse, an inside job. How could hundreds of kilograms of cocaine disappear from a high-security government building without anyone noticing?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Every year, millions of rands worth of cocaine are seized at the Durban harbour, South Africa's busiest port and one of the largest entry points for goods on the African continent. But behind the stacks of shipping containers lies a darker trade. The endless flow of white powder trafficked by powerful drug cartels. Durban has quietly become one of the key landing zones for cocaine smuggling into southern Africa, and the consequences are being felt everywhere.
Bro, you know, I feel like, bro, sometimes government be dumb as shit. If you know that they say this is a point of entry, nigga, I mean, to be fair, like, I mean, you know, secure that area, but to be fair to the government, you know, there's niggas working on their side that are not on their side, you know, so I'll give them that. But damn, dog, like, secure that motherfucker, dog. Like, you could, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
From city nightclubs to rural townships.
This is the metro, this is the TM, and this is the baby. I'm gonna open this up and then put it onto my foil. This is where they call it Chase the Dragon.
Chase the Dragon? Yeah, you see, bro, I can't do shit like this, bro. I just can't. can't. I definitely fuck that shit up. I'm gonna stick with my weed. Just that simple. I'm gonna stick with my weed. My organic, comes from the earth. Weed, my nigga. I could never, bro. Powders. Be smoking powders.
I'm feeling high. Very high.
Yeah, of course you are.
I'm very relaxed at this moment. This will last me for approximately maybe half an hour without having the substance.
And then I gotta smoke powder and be high for half an hour? How much I spend on that pill?
My stomach will start giving off pains. And the only thoughts on my mind is to get money to buy my next escape. I've done the wrong things in my home. I've taken things, started off with my own assets, then it got worse, went to my brother's belongings, and ended up in a big situation where I was put out of the house. My parents was trying to correct me from my mistakes, and I failed. It's a losing battle. I've lost a lot of trust, loyalty.
See, this was another thing, bro. Like, dog, I'll never get into like drugs, bro. Like hardcore drugs. I'll never do, cause I'm dog. I couldn't betray my mom's trust like that. My father, my mom, my brother, I just couldn't, dog. I could never, bruh. Imagine, dog. Yo, Chief. That's why I say I'll stick with weed, dog. Cause if I smoke weed, dog, I'm chilling. And then if I don't have money for weed, I'm not gonna go sell a DVD player or sell the TV to go get money to buy weed. No, nigga, I'm fine. Like, the weed can wait until I have money, dog. Like, damn, fuck.
See, understanding in my community and in my home.
In the last few years, law enforcement agencies have intercepted massive shipments of cocaine disguised as animal feed, frozen chicken, or industrial chemicals. These operations have exposed just how global the trade really is. Most of the cocaine originates in South America, mainly from countries like Colombia, Brazil, and Peru, the world's primary producers. From there, it is shipped across the Atlantic, often routed through West African nations such as Nigeria, Ghana, and Benin, before being hidden in legitimate cargo heading to South African ports. The Durban harbour is ideal for traffickers. It's massive, chaotic, and handles thousands of containers daily, making it easy for a few to slip through unnoticed. Once the cocaine lands, it's distributed across KwaZulu-Natal and beyond, some moving to Johannesburg and Cape Town, while a growing portion stays right here in Durban. The city's vibrant nightlife and booming party scene have made it a hotspot for cocaine use. Among club-goers, DJs, and young professionals, cocaine has shifted from being an elite luxury to a casual weekend habit. What used to be a hidden indulgence is now openly traded in bars, parking lots, and private parties. The drugs problem in Durban has become almost normalized, whispered about, but rarely confronted. But behind the illusion of glamour lies deep destruction. Cocaine addiction is tearing through Durban's youth. Many start using it for confidence, energy, or social acceptance, but end up losing jobs, families, and mental stability. The drug's effects on the brain are devastating, leading to paranoia, anxiety, and depression. Its financial grip is equally dangerous. Users find themselves in debt, stealing, or turning to crime just to feed their habits. Hospitals have reported a rise in stimulant-related emergencies, while rehab centers are overwhelmed. The spread of cocaine has also intensified gang activity all over the country. Small-time dealers linked to local gangs now compete violently for territory. Some of these groups have ties to major smuggling networks that move the product inland. On the 31st of June 2024, the story of Cape Town's most elusive underworld figure began to unravel in silence. Peter Jaggers, a name whispered across the Cape Flats, both feared and admired, boarded a flight from Cape Town International Airport, bound for Johannesburg.
I feel like I've heard this.
His destination, the glittering halls of Emperor's Palace in Kempton Park.
I've heard this name somewhere, bro. Ain't this
purpose, a meeting that would never end the way he expected. For years, Jaggers had been a ghost in the city's criminal under.
But on Emperor, first of all, Emperor's Palace is a little close to home, but I mean, it's like, what? So this is like 30-minute drive from here, but like, dog, damn, bro.
The world.
Shit.
An alleged boss within the terrible Josters, one of Cape Town's most feared criminal organization, said to be aligned with the 28 number gang. To outsiders, he was a businessman, but those who really knew the streets claimed he moved something far more valuable than money. Cocaine. Tons and tons of it, hidden in shipments, containers, and sometimes in boats disguised as fishing vessels. One of those boats, the Berta fishing experience, had gone missing months earlier, along with several crew members believed to be connected to.
This is my thing, right? Hypothetically speaking, right? It's a hypothetical, right? If you wanted to move coke within a country, right? Because I'm pretty sure I heard a couple of months ago, last year, that they found a coke farm up in Limpopo, right? Nigga, wouldn't you bring them niggas over here? You feel me? Like, bring them niggas over here. You get them niggas flights from Colombia, right? You get them the right visas. You get them everything that they need, right? At least to enter the country. You get them everything they need to enter the country, right? And then once they've entered the country, nigga, you good. When they grow the plant there, there's nothing wrong. Let me turn off this death counter real quick. I forgot to do that. There you go.
It's believed that a R1 billion shipment of cocaine was either stolen, hijacked, or lost at sea, along with Jaggers' boat. And behind the rumors, the Colombian cartel that had allegedly financed the operation, a cartel not known for forgiveness. CCTV footage later showed Jaggers at the Cape Town airport on July 31st, calm, sunglasses on, phone in hand. He looked like any other traveler, catching a flight, but those who knew him said he was tense. He'd told associates he was heading up to Gauteng for business. No one asked what kind. The terrible Josters had been unusually quiet in recent weeks, their top general moving in silence. When his plane touched down at OR Tambo International Airport, he checked into a suite at Emperor's Palace, a luxury hotel and casino popular with businessmen, politicians, and, as it turns out, smugglers.
Yep.
From there, his digital trail starts to fade. Phone records later placed Jaggers' number pinging near Boksburg, not far from Emperor's Palace. Witnesses recall seeing a convoy of dark vehicles pulling into the parking lot that morning. Inside the hotel, Jaggers met with a small group of foreign nationals, men who spoke with thick Latin American accents. Some...
Nigga, hold on, there's no way, dog. The amount of cameras in Emperor's Palace. Unless niggas, paid off. I'm just saying.
Say they were Colombian, others say they were Eastern European, possibly Bulgarian or Serbian. Whatever their nationality, they were not tourists. By midday, Jaggers was seen leaving the hotel with two men. He looked uncomfortable. He didn't gamble that day. He didn't return to his room. That would be the last confirmed sighting of him alive. According to sources close to the Hawks investigation, his phone was traced briefly to an area near Springs, east of Johannesburg. Then it went offline completely.
And talking Springs, boy. I haven't seen the whole of Springs. One of the area that I went to in Springs. Yes, boy. That shit is probably like what? 1 hour, 30-minute drive from where I live, dog. And the area I've seen, dog, in Springs was like the Boondocks, dog. It was like, yo. Like, yeah, no, we are on the outskirts here. Like, you say, chief. That's.
Around that same time, Several encrypted voice notes began circulating among underworld circles. They were reportedly sent by a Colombian cartel lieutenant, demanding 50 million rand in ransom. The voice on the recording spoke in broken English, saying, "He has something that belongs to us. Tell them we want it back, or he dies."
Shit.
The message was clear. Something, possibly the lost cocaine shipment, had gone missing, and Jaggers was being held accountable. 3 months later, on a cold morning in the Free State province, a farmer made a grim discovery. Floating near the surface of a small dam were 2 bodies.
Hey, they dumped that nigga's body all the way in Free State. Yeah. Yes, sis. Unless there's a river that flows, like, I don't know. But I feel like he would have got caught, like, on a tree or some shit. Hey, they dumped that nigga's body in Free State. Yeah.
Both badly decomposed, floating near the surface of a small province. A farmer made a grim discovery. Floating near the surface of a small dam were 2 bodies, both badly decomposed, bound with chains and sandbags. Police were called. At first, they thought it was another rural murder, until they saw the tattoos. One of the bodies carried distinctive ink across his forearms, designs known to be associated with Cape Flats gangs. Forensic experts were called in. The fingerprints were gone, but the tattoos told their own story. It was Peter Jaggers.
Almost got DNA,
Next to him lay another man, believed to be William Peterson, his alleged associate. Their bodies had been weighted down, an old cartel tactic meant to make corpses vanish. But fate, or maybe justice, had other plans. When news of Jaggers' death broke, fear rippled through the Cape Flats. Some said the Colombians had sent a message. Others whispered that the South Africans who stole the drugs had turned on each other. There were even suggestions that Jaggers was silenced to protect bigger names, corrupt cops and politicians who had worked alongside him. The Hawks launched an official investigation. Behind closed doors, detectives began mapping his final movements. The flight manifest, CCTV footage, hotel records, phone tower data, piecing together the final 72 hours of a man who once thought he could outsmart a cartel. They found no clear trail of where he was kept or how he was killed. But they found enough to know this. The 1 billion rand cocaine shipment that vanished around the time of his disappearance was likely the key. It tied back to the ports of Durban, to corrupt shipping companies, and to the Isipingo seizure, the same drug consignment South African police had intercepted just weeks earlier.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. There was a time, the 1 billion kind of makes sense, because there was a time, right, where, bro, they were finding 400 million in coke, and then there was this one, the 200 million in coke, and there was another one that was like 300 million in coke, and then there was 100 million in coke somewhere else. Bro, that time was crazy, bro.
In the end, Peter Jaggers' story became a warning written in blood.
Not last year. 2 years.
A man who rose through the Cape Flats, from the chaos of Natreg to the gilded corridors of Emperor's Palace, only to fall into the depths of a Free State dam. His death revealed just how far South Africa's drug wars have spread, from the harbours of Durban to the deserts of the Free State, and into the hands of foreign cartels who now treat this country as their playground.
That's what I'm saying, bro.